Well, welcome. Okay, now we're going to really have some fun because what we're going to go through today is how do you dissolve a trigger? Like, listen, we do want to change. I want to change. I absolutely am looking forward to having my vibrant, firm, healthy, fit body. What I'm not looking forward to is arguing with my own triggers. And you see, triggers are born from drama triangles. So I absolutely love talking about this whole process. Now, hang tight with me because I'm going to go over the 3 steps of manifesting, your 3 intelligences, the 3 components of a drama triangle, and how to bless a drama triangle in order to dissolve it. And as you go through these videos, through these slides, I'm gonna ask you to pause and write because I wanna see how you're integrating it all the way to your physical intelligence. Remember, what your hands write, what you think is one thing is your mental intelligence. What you say combines mental intelligence and emotional intelligence with the tone. What you write, even though you may edit a lot, I want you to begin practicing what I call free, free, free flow speech and free flow writing. The more you do this, the more in the flow, the clearer your discernment, and the more you will trust what you say. Okay? All right. So let's go over like how did I even come up with all of these manifestation nuggets? Like first and foremost, let me tell you about my absolute passion for Mr. Wayne Dyer. So Wayne Dyer has been my honey for decades. In fact, it was he, Marianne Williamson, and Deepok Chopra that I would listen to their cassette tapes over and over again in my minivan, okay? And Real Magic came out by Wayne Dyer, and in that he introduced the power of this ancient manifestation technique, which is included in activating your manifestation blueprint. It's part of the process. He talked about the meditation. And so I did the meditation, imagining having lunch with Wayne Dyer. And within a 40-day process, I actually manifested having lunch with Wayne Dyer. Not only that, spending a whole weekend in his presence. So more about that when we do a one-on-one, if you're interested. However, I continue to follow and study the methods used by who I felt were doing effortless manifestation. You see, a lot of people acquire things and however they suffer the things they have, right? They have a relationship, but they're suffering their relationship. They have millions in the bank, but they're suffering their millions. I have been seeking and have experienced what's called effortless manifestation, as described in Deepok Chopra's book, The Spontaneous Fulfillment of Desire. Now, both these men would travel together, if you didn't know, and they would go on spiritual pilgrimages all over the world. And in one of their joint seminars that I downloaded or attended, I can't even remember, they shared their experience with Mother Meera. Now, I heard about this process and began teaching it in Money and Life Freedom, all of my coaching, all of it. And the results are like phenomenal, quantum even. And she stated to everyone, these are the 3 steps. Number one, you connect to source within the first 15 minutes of waking up. Already, you've begun to look at the ontological design of what do you look at when you wake up? What has you feel connected, excited to get up, brings a spontaneous smile to your face, right? What music do you like to listen to? How do you connect to wonderment and curiosity and delight within the first 15 minutes of waking up? And then saying aloud the poem by Marianne Williamson, To Yourself in the Mirror, is another fabulous way to do that. Within 15 minutes of waking up, when you're in that half awake, half asleep stage, you are activating your brain, bathing your brain with all types of wonderful chemicals to prepare your eyes to see and your ears to hear the next step that will bring you closer to that which you desire. The second step is to ask for what you desire. And in asking yourself the question over the last few weeks, you've gotten closer and closer. You've kind of weeded through your needs, and you now have a better understanding of what do you really desire, but you haven't allowed yourself to ask for because you think it might be too big or you might be too bold, right? Is that getting clearer? Come on, we're doing an experiment. Like, I always allow myself to speak bolder, to speak louder, to ask for more, open up my throat chakra. That's what that second step is about. It's your tone, it's your emotional intelligence, your mental intelligence connecting to the unknown, to wonderment. It opens it up so that you can receive blessings, right? Your emotional tone of asking for what you desire, you can hear. Do you really believe yourself? Don't, right? But it's important to ask, to ask until you believe yourself, all right? And then step 3, if you're going to have a trigger, if your 3 intelligences are not in alignment, if there's something that needs to be tweaked, it's going to show up in step 3. Like, what happens then, as you do step 1 and step 2, you've put a big pulse out into the universe, okay? You went, phew. Now the universe is coming back at you with the thing you asked for. But what about your emotional intelligence about receiving that? How prepared is your energy field and your emotional field prepared to receive that which you have asked for? And so what'll show up is an illusion. If it triggers you, it is an illusion. And this beautiful illusion has been brought up to you as a gift from your subconscious. So I want you to look at triggers and celebrate them. Now let's go over the 3 intelligences so that you'll understand how to harmonize them and dissolve all triggers. Are you ready for that? Here we go. I'm going to pause and then get to the next slide. This is one of my favorite posters of chakras, y'all, because I feel it gives such an accurate representation of how your energy field is prepared, how it then shows up in the material world. And if you notice in this poster that it is your hip bowl down that actually brings you material things, okay? Now let's talk about the 3 intelligences and how when they are harmonized, you are receiving that which you desire, okay? So mental intelligence is you're receiving your visions, speaking to your guides. It's what comes into your auditory and visual screens. And it's also the language that you use. It's the power of your first 3 words when you speak about what you desire. It's how you place yourself in your stories. all of this, your mental intelligence reveals how you view yourself and your world. And by changing simple words, by hesitating, and instead of just saying the same complaint, looking for a way to bless it, like when you start to shift, when this starts happening, you'll notice that you may stutter a bit. There's words that you're wanting to use that the old words don't have the same energy, because you understand that you're breaking out of a drama triangle. A trigger is you breaking out of a drama triangle, a limiting belief about yourself, okay? Then the emotional intelligence is the tone. Like I can say, I love you, or I love you. Like, oh, I love you. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, sure, I love you. And so the tone is the emotional intelligence. And the body, the actual physical experience, does not follow your mental intelligence. You understand that? Your emotional intelligence is the gateway to your energy field. You see right there in that picture, all your guides, all the greenness, all the flow, all the fluidity. Like, and when does it turn solid? By what you say, by what you emotionally rehearse, manifest into your abundance. Okay, so all of that, how you speak about your world, how you describe your world, can you do it in the frequency of fulfillment and be authentic about it, right? So that is why in the ontological design, as you're setting up your environment for this experience, you're going to set it up so that it is easy for you to be grateful. It is easy for you to feel fulfilled within the first 15 minutes of being awake. And then as a challenge presents itself, or something that you didn't expect to go this way, can you take that cultivated 15 minutes of practice and pour fulfillment on top of something not going your way? You see, that is why it is step 3 to effortless manifest. It isn't because you aren't brilliant and you haven't written a great mission statement or goal. It isn't because you haven't read every book on manifesting. It is how much time, energy, creative thinking have you put into being able to spontaneously feel fulfillment without an outside stimulus, without having a certain amount of money in your bank account, or a certain number on your scale, or a certain relationship, or a certain career, or a promotion? Like, can you feel fulfillment without an outside stimulus? If so, my loves, then you have broken through to the energy field of your I am presence. And within that, everything is at your fingertips. You'll see. You'll have that experience. And now let's go into what are the triggers that'll try to stop you, and why do our triggers show up right now? They show up right now because you're doing the work. If you weren't doing the work, if you weren't changing, if you didn't have a new neural pathway growing, you would not have a trigger show up. You would still be hypnotized, lulled to sleep, unconscious. But that ain't you. You are awake, and you know how to bless a trigger. When I show you this, as we go over the drama triangle, you're going to begin remembering that you are an ancient master. You're a light worker, and you know how to do this. like I said, when a trigger arises, that means that you have done step 1 and step 2 perfectly. And right now you have the opportunity to dissolve a drama triangle. Okay. Now, triggers arise, like I said before, when a new neural pathway has been created. So you are at choice point. Reflect back into, go back and look into your manifestation blueprint summary that I sent you. And I talked about the doorways that you're going to face based on the mental intelligence and the emotional intelligence that was revealed when I read deeper into your early memories. Your linguistic pattern has revealed the doorways that are in your way, limiting beliefs about yourself that are not valid anymore. They will rise to the surface, and you get an opportunity to choose to believe differently about yourself. And when I share with you the drama triangle, realize the drama triangle was created when you were a child. So, of course, you don't really believe these things now as an adult. The way to dissolve a drama triangle is going to be in identifying the characters, blessing the characters, and releasing the characters. So let's go more into that. One other cool tidbit is that I want you to look at your triggers as sign language from your physical intelligence. Your physical intelligence is beyond a masterpiece. There are so many systems going on that you do not have to consciously be aware of. So when you are stating a goal and making progress towards a new goal, please know that it is an honor that your body is communicating to you through a trigger. So congratulations on your trigger responses, every last one of them. Hey, if you need someone to celebrate them with, give me a call. I'll be right there with you, cheering you on. Here it is, the almighty trigger, broken down into the core of your storyline. The story, the emotional story you have been rehearsing about yourself, the one where you're small, the one when you're insignificant, the one where nobody listens to you, the one where you can't control your eating, the one when the inflation is too much, where the government is bothering us, when someone says something ugly to you, someone's talking behind your back, someone betrays you. These triggers have characters in them. Relax your mind. Okay, and these characters in this storyline, in this drama triangle, does not match the frequency of that which you are asking for. And you have been brought right now, whatever trigger that is showing up for you as you go forth in your 40-day process, it is serving you. And now, this is step 1 on how to understand and have compassion for yourself and the drama triangles that we made up about ourselves when we were children. Okay? So I want you to notice that I have the triangle written as because it's a pulse, it's an energy. Okay, it's an energy and it's clearing out of your nervous system. And when we clear out of our nervous system, it usually clears physical, emotional, then the mental gets rewired, okay, in order to have a new belief system, a new language. So even though you may think you know what it is, if you think you know what your issue is, and then a trigger comes up, if you sit down and identify where are you on this drama triangle? Are you the victim? Like right now, remember your last trigger. When was it? Was it something someone said? Was it something you're beating yourself up about? Is there something that you're ashamed of? If you're ashamed of something, you're the perpetrator. Who was your victim? And who is your victim's hero? Like, who is the good guy? If you're the bad guy, who is the good guy? Write them down. If you were the victim, say, I was the victim. Somebody heckled me. Someone made fun of me. You're the victim. The perpetrator is the person who said something ugly about you. The hero, who are you looking to rescue you? Okay, they may not have, but who are you looking to be your hero if you are the victim? Now, if you are the hero, like if you care for people, you are child advocate, though it's kind of easy, right? Like a police officer, he's the hero. The victim is the person that the perpetrator, the robber, the crook took advantage of. Now, let me share something with you. If you're one of these characters, you're all of them. You heard me. If you're one of these characters, you're all of them. You're playing all three characters in your emotional body. And your identity has been formed around this drama triangle. Can you see that? Now, let me just go with the cop and the robber and the person that was robbed. The cop, the hero, is a perpetrator on the perp. The hero, the cop, is a victim to victims. Like, cops wouldn't be necessary if there weren't any victims. So a cop is trapped by people who are victimized. You see that? And then the victim is the perpetrator of the hero. Yes, you would think it's the other way around, but it isn't. The victim is the one that always needs the hero, that needs someone to be there to rescue, that takes time away from the hero. So if you're one, you're all of them. So there isn't any good position to be on a drama triangle. And the only way out of a drama triangle is to harmonize your three intelligences. That's how you jump off of a drama triangle. Like, I could identify them, and I would go to workshops and they would identify it, and they would tell you you're in a drama triangle. And then I'd say, well, how do I get off of it? They could just jump off of it. And I thought that was the silliest, most uneasy thing to do, to just jump off of a drama triangle. Then I decided I was going to figure out how to describe jumping off a drama triangle. And then that's when the three intelligences come together. It's almost like what we have to do is go la la la, I can't hear you, to the three conversations going on. Okay? And to sit right in the center and see that all three of the characters you are projecting. When you're able to shift your perspective to the I am that I am in the center, then you can dissolve the drama triangle with a blessing, with a dance, with a song. So, what your homework is right now, because in the last video before we begin, the last video is when we pick the song. But before we pick the song, we need to know what is the construct of your drama triangle. Look at your last trigger. Identify who is the victim, who is the perpetrator, and who is the hero. Feel into it. And if you have any questions, all you have to do is message me. You're doing an awesome job, and you're fixing to blow through all and any of your triggers from now and forevermore. Yes, because you're special like that.